voter turnout will still be maintained if the general election is held during the COVID-19 pandemic. Political analysts also say the bill on temporary arrangements for safe elections tabled in Parliament will ensure voter secrecy. Michelle Teo explains.
The bill states those under quarantine will not be allowed to vote if the general election is held during the COVID-19 pandemic. But analysts CNA spoke to say that won't affect voter participation.
If we're looking at, say, several hundred, to people being quarantined, I think they will affect, the overall turnout. But I don't think in a significant way, because when you look at a pool of, close to more than 2 million voters, the drop in voter turnout, I think, will be insignificant.
To increase voter turnout, alternative measures such as electronic voting have also been suggested. But analysts say physical voting is still preferred.
There are still areas of online voting that is not completely foolproof and could be subject to cyber attacks and things like that. And unless the assurance can be given that the vote will be secure, that they will be safeguarded against cyber hacking and all of that. I think although there has been some inroads made as far as online voting is concerned, I don't think we will see that roll out in this election.
The analysts say voter secrecy will still be a priority, even as those on stay-home notices will be allowed to vote outside of their electoral divisions at special polling stations.
The counting staff, will have to determine, this ballot belongs to which particular electoral division, and then they will place that ballot, in the appropriate electoral division, and so it will mix, with all the other ballots, and so, the ability to identify, this particular ballot as being cast by a particular voter, that concern is not going to exist at all.
The general election has to be called by April 2021, but one analyst says it could be much earlier than that.
The bill is the clearest indication that we are still moving in that direction. But of course, it will be debated in Parliament and a few other procedures that have to take place. So we will not see it probably in the next couple of weeks, probably not even in the fasting month, but certainly after fasting month and May, early June, probably is the earliest window where we perhaps could see the election taking place.